Paluch. I'm currently a CEO and co-founder of LabTwin. LabTwin is a digital medtech company based in Berlin. What we deliver is a digital lab assistant for scientists in laboratories. It's a voice-first technology, and it's built upon machine learning models. The mission of our tool is to enable scientists to do better science. So to capture information more in real time, in a more easier way, and to give information in real time, provide information, provide guidance. So if you can imagine, there's a lot of scientists in the world. Actually, the way they work is quite disconnected. So if you can imagine, every scientist would have a power of millions of scientists in their pocket. The biggest danger is to lose the ability for society to think critically. Because by nature, we're humans are lazy, and we sort of default to the easy solutions, to the easy outcome. Not everyone, of course, but this is a very human trait, right? So when we have these systems, and they are quite powerful, when we receive information or receive answers to our questions, often we may not actually question if this is the right information. What are the source of the information that this is coming from, or sources of the information in most cases. From a creator perspective, I think there's enormous responsibility and pressure to build systems that have a very transparent and traceable way of how those systems are working. To give the sources, to sort of give in an accessible way, the explain of how the information was gathered, how decisions were made by the system, so the human is always in control of making the judgment if this is right or wrong, because a lot of those systems are, black box systems today. So there's responsibility, I think, and with that comes enormous, I think, pressure to give that transparency in a way, because it's usually a very complex process in a system in an accessible way. One is in the design of the systems in interaction, right? So right now is exactly as you described. It's set up for consumption. You ask a question, you receive a whole bunch of answers or content back. This system doesn't ask you questions. Actually, I've never been asked, is this the right answer, right? It is up to me to say, well, I don't like this answer, provide me with another one. So first of all, design systems that can question as well as provide an answer. That's I think one. And two, provide that sort of traceability, that audit trail of how the system came to that specific content. And that's usually, if you read a book, if I was to acquire a certain knowledge and I would be reading 10 different books, I could develop my own judgment of which information came from which book, who wrote it, how credible that source is, right? But when I receive an answer, the nice thing is it's fast, because it aggregates all these 10 books into one answer. However, I have no idea how to link specific concepts in that answer to a source that is credible or maybe less credible. So I think making that transparent is quite important. First of all, everyone takes it as their own responsibility to learn about these systems and sort of explain it to others. Companies, entities, governments, institutions, they have enormous responsibility around it, but I think that goes back to sort of our personal responsibility. This is a very powerful technology, and the speed with which it can develop, and it develops, is very fast. And the technology is a tool, and it's up to us if it's going to be used for good or bad. And I think that's a responsibility for each one of us. For example, how we educate the new generation that's coming to discern what's true, what not, how to critically think. The system is not responsible for that. We are responsible for that.